Hi everyone, this is Alyssa coming to you with a yoga practice to help alleviate in stressful times. When our lives have been uprooted, our brain elicits a stress response considered or called fight or flight. This practice is designed to loosen the muscular tension in the body parts that we use for flight or running. It will also help us to regain a sense of groundedness or connection to the earth when we're subconsciously flying off in all different directions. So you do not need a lot as far as props go for this practice. I would suggest a blanket and either a yoga strap, or if you have a belt or a necktie, you can also use those. Yoga mat, potentially. Most of the practice will be done laying down on the ground. So we're going to take our blanket, about this size, and we're going to roll it up. And then we're going to place it onto our yoga mat, or where we choose to practice. And then we want to keep it relatively close to the hips, but does not necessarily have to be all the way against it. It'll depend on how long your blanket is. So as we lay back, we're going to take it along the spine, and we want to make sure that our head is supported. From here, we're going to let our arms just open out to the sides. Now, depending on what's more comfortable for your back, we can take our feet as wide as the mat with the knees resting against each other, or if you prefer, feel free to extend the legs straight out. And once we get settled into place, we'll close our eyes and begin by taking 3 of the deepest breaths you've taken all day. As we breathe, we become aware of the places where the body makes contact with the ground, with the blanket, and we allow ourselves to begin to settle into that base of support. Noticing all of the places where we can root down. And as we begin to settle in and let go, we start to notice our breath as it travels in through the nose and out through the nose. Long, slow inhalation, long, slow exhalation. Allowing the lungs to fill completely without feeling strained. Allowing the lungs to empty completely, again without feeling strained. Just soft breath, brushing in and brushing out. And in this moment of peace, we might take a moment to set a personal intention for practice. So maybe that intention is to feel a sense of grounding. Maybe that intention is to remember to breathe, or to bring the focus back to this moment each time the mind starts to drift off. You can choose what that intention might be. Place the hands on the heart. Take a moment to seal that intention in. And then we're just going to rock off to the side. We can set our block off to the side, and we're going to grab our belt or our strap. So from here, we're going to take a piece of the strap in each hand, and we're going to place it over the ball of the right foot. So the ball of the foot, not the arch of the foot just yet, so just the ball of the foot. From here, we're going to extend our right foot up toward the ceiling, and we want to slide our hands far enough up on the strap that we can keep our arms straight, and we can feel the weight of the shoulders grounding into the floor. If we notice the right knee is bending here, I would recommend lowering the leg far enough that we can take the stretch out of the hamstring, and for this first part, focus on the calf muscles. So we're going to draw the top of the foot in toward the front of the shin. And just breathe into the back of the calf muscle. Feel the weight of the shoulder blades anchoring down. The left leg can stay bent, or if you prefer to straighten it out, you're welcome to. And then we're going to shift the pressure of the strap. So right now we have equal pressure between the right and left hand. We're going to pull a little bit more with the left hand and allow the outer edge of the right foot to move up toward the ceiling. So we feel a little more sensation in the outside of the right leg. And then again, pause. Let the arm bones get heavy in the shoulders. Direct the attention to the outer right leg. Inhale, thinking the word let. And exhale, thinking the word go. Inhaling let. Exhaling go. And then with the next inhalation, we're going to equalize the pressure, and we're going to do the exact opposite. So we're going to pull a little more with the right hand. We're going to allow the arch of the foot to move up toward the ceiling. And then again, settle in. Feel the back body where it makes contact with the ground. And then once more, we're going to equalize that pressure. And this time we're going to move the strap so that it comes more into the arch of the foot. So now we're thinking about directing the sensation into the hamstrings or the back of the leg. Again, keeping the leg as straight as possible. We want to draw the leg in as far as we can before that knee starts to bend. And then we're going to settle in. Again, this left knee can remain bent, or if you prefer to straighten it out, think about reaching through the back of the left leg. And so we're not trying to force anything. We're just slowly allowing the process of letting go to happen. With the next breath, we're going to take both pieces of the strap into the right hand. We're going to reach our left arm out as counterbalance, and then we're going to allow that right leg to come out to the side. Feel the thigh bone turning out as the leg opens. If our left knee is bent, we can allow the left knee to open out to the side as counterbalance. If the left leg is straight, think about really rooting down through the back of the left leg and hip. And enjoy your breath. As we inhale, we'll take that leg back up. We're going to soften the knee. We're going to bend our left knee if it isn't already. Set the strap off to the side. We're just going to give our grip a little break as we come into a hip stretch from here. So we're going to straighten our right leg out. We're going to turn out from the hip. Take the outside of the ankle to the left thigh. This might feel like enough of a stretch for you, in which case, stay here. Otherwise, we can lift the left leg up, threading the right hand in that little circle that the leg has created, and either interlacing the fingers behind the thigh or the front of the opposite shin. So again, we're not trying to force anything here. We're trying to be as soft and gentle and forgiving with our body as possible, with ourselves as possible. Again, notice the places where the body makes contact with the ground. Notice if the weight has shifted toward one side or the other. Maybe even play around with shifting the weight in the sacrum or the base of the spine a little to the left. And take one more full breath here. And then slowly, we'll release the leg back to the ground. We're going to uncross the legs, take the feet as wide as the mat, and just let the knees windshield wiper side to side. We'll extend the legs in just a little mini Shavasana and notice any difference in sensation between the right and left leg or hip. And then we'll repeat our sequence on the second side. So we're going to pick our strap back up and bend the right knee to start. We're going to place the strap over the ball of the left foot, so not the arch, but the ball of the foot. When we lift the leg up, if we feel it mostly in our hamstring, we're going to lower the leg down so that we can focus on the calf muscle to start. So we're going to pull the top of the foot in toward the front of the shin. And again, walk the hands far enough up on the strap so that we don't have to work our biceps to hold onto the strap. We can let gravity do the work as the weight of the arm bones just settles into the shoulders. Right knee can remain bent. If you prefer to straighten the right leg out, feel free. And then we're going to change that pressure just a little bit. So we're going to pull a little more with the right hand. We're going to ease up on the left side so the outer edge of the foot rolls up toward the ceiling. Breathing into the outer lower left leg. And then as we inhale, we're going to equalize that pressure. And we're going to pull a little more with the left hand, allowing the arch of the right foot to roll up. Feel the connection of the shoulder blades into the ground. The weight of the hips. Notice the rise and fall of the belly with the breath. On the next inhalation, we're going to equalize that pressure. We're going to move the strap now into the arch of the foot and then draw the leg in as far as we can before the left knee starts to bend. Perhaps straighten the right leg if that feels good to you. Otherwise, keep that knee bent. And again, don't just try to pull that leg in as hard as possible. Think about allowing it to soften in. How can we do less? We're going to take both pieces of the strap in the left hand. We're going to reach our right arm as counterbalance. We're going to allow that left leg to begin to open out to the side. If the right knee is bent, let it drop to the right, again as counterbalance. If the leg is straight, think about actively reaching the back of the leg toward the floor. If you happen to have a block and you want to support the thigh, and feel free to put that underneath it. The more supported we feel, the more likely our body is to let go and to loosen up. We'll take one more breath here. And then as we inhale, we're going to use the strap to take the leg back up. We're going to bend to the knees, set the strap off to the side. And then as we flex the left foot, we're going to turn out from the hip. Take the ankle outside of the ankle to the right thigh. We're going to lift our right leg up if that feels good, and then come into our figure four. If you find that your head really lifts up in this position and it's hard to get it down to the ground, you could always place a pillow under the head if you don't happen to have a yoga block. Notice your connection to the ground. Allowing ourselves to settle into that base of support. Notice your breath softly traveling in, gently traveling out. Let's take one more breath here. And then we'll release that hold. We'll uncross the legs, take them as wide as the mat, and just gently windshield wiper side to side. And then we'll head into Shavasana. So if it feels better on your back in Shavasana to keep the knees bent, the feet wide, and rest the knees against each other, here's an option. Other option would be a more traditional pose with the legs extended, the arms open at the sides, arches of the feet and palms rolling up. If you have your blanket handy, sometimes it's nice to place the blanket over the body here, A, for warmth, but just to feel that weight of the blanket assisting in that grounding sensation. So feel free to grab any props that you'd like here. And again, become aware of all the places that the body makes contact with the ground. Noticing all of the places that we are supported. And allowing ourselves to settle into that base of support. Now, if you have more time to enjoy Shavasana, I'd highly recommend staying there for as long as you like. I'd like to thank you all so much for sharing your practice today. Namaste.